Hi, Henry. Hi, Cora. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, anybody else? Because you never know. This book is called Grammy Lammy and the Secret Handshake by Kate Klise and M. Sarah Klise. Grammy Lammy. Kind of fun to say. Let's see if it's a fun story. There's our gal, Grammy Lammy. Larry was a little lamb who had a big secret. He didn't always like when Grammy Lammy came to visit. The first time Grammy Lammy came to visit, she squeezed Larry's hand 3 times. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This will be our secret handshake, Grammy Lammy said. It means, I love you. When Grammy Lammy came to visit, she liked to sew and drink hot tea. Look how darling little Larry is in his new pajamas, Grammy Lammy said to Mother Lamb. Isn't he darling? He's darling. Darling. Wondering if this is a... I'm going to try to remove a reflection that was on here. When Grammy Lammy came to visit, she liked to go to church with Larry and his mother. She wore a big flouncy hat and a matching dress, and she sang louder than anyone else. On the way home from church, Grammy Lammy suggested they walk through the park. Someday we'll go to Tanzania, Grammy Lammy said. Just Larry and me. Wouldn't that be fabulous? A trip to Tanzania? Fabulous? Or would we rather go to the South Seas? Tanzania or the South Seas? We better plan on both. I don't want to go to Tanzania, Larry told Mother Lamb that night, or the South Seas. You don't have to go, Mother Lamb said. Grammy Lammy just likes to think of all the fun things you'll do together when you're big. But I don't want to do things with Grammy Lammy, Larry said. Ever. Grammy Lammy left the next morning, but not without giving Larry the secret handshake. Do you remember it? It was squeeze, 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 meaning I love you. The next time Grammy Lammy came to visit, she did it again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Do you remember what the secret handshake means? Grammy Lammy asked. Said Larry Larry said. In his head, he said, this squeeze is squeeze, embarrassing, squeeze. He even said in his head, please, squeeze, go, squeeze, away, squeeze. As a grandmother, I'm getting a little worried about Larry and his grandmother. All right, but you know what? Grammy Lammy stayed. She talked and sewed and drank hot tea in the living room. Larry, she bellowed, do you want me to show you how to sew? No, Larry answered from his room, and he counted the days until Grammy Lammy would go. The night before Grammy Lammy was scheduled to leave, a summer storm blew through the Lamb's Valley. Rain beat against the windows, and the wind tore a hole in the roof. Mother Lamb kept Larry safe during the storm. When it was over, they found Grammy Lammy in the kitchen drinking tea. "Aren't you scared?" Larry asked. "Scared?" Grammy Lammy trumpeted. "We don't have time to be scared. We have work to do." Grammy Lammy stayed a whole month. She helped patch the roof and helped repair the windows. And as she worked, she told wonderful stories about pirates and dolphins and a mermaid who could fly. At night, she made South Seas soup and Tanzanian turnovers, and they were delicious. When Larry's house was fixed, Grammy Lammy suggested they help others in the valley. She led a crew that rebuilt the school and the church, and Larry helped. Then Grammy Lammy set up her sewing machine on the town square. I'm looking for her. With Larry's help, she made clothes and curtains for anyone who needed them. She even sewed a new flag for the post office. The next Sunday at church, Grammy Lammy wore her big flouncy hat and sang louder than anyone. And this time, Larry sang too. When it was time for Grammy Lammy to leave, Larry carried her suitcase. At the train station, Grammy Lammy gave Larry the secret handshake. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. "You remember what that means, don't you?" she asked, and Larry nodded. "Did you know," Grammy Lammy said, "that you could give me the secret handshake too? It would mean the same thing." "I don't want to give you that handshake," Larry whispered. "Oh," said Grammy Lammy. "I understand. Goodbye then." Right before the train left, Larry took Grammy Lammy's hand and gave it 4 squeezes. "I don't know that handshake," Grammy Lammy said. Larry giggled. "Here," he said, "I made you a present that will explain my secret handshake. But don't open it until you get on the train. I want you to be surprised." And when she opened it, do you know what it said? Can you guess? "I love you too." Aw, little Larry loved his Grammy Lammy after all. That's a nice story. And I love you guys. And I hope you love your Grammy and your Grammy Kate and your Nana and all your grandparents.